Mickey talks. Mickey talks. Yeah. Mickey rolls by the minute, thinking in and out of the box. Mickey talks. Mickey talks. Mickey talks. Oh yeah. So let's get into it. Don't you wanna do it? Listen every day 'cause he got something to say. Funny little chatterbox. Mickey talks.
You know, Matt, it's not every day that somebody gets to sit down with someone that they really admire. But today our guest gets to sit down with you and I.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, man.
No, he's thrilled to sit with you and I, Matt. He loves us, and this is a big deal for him. I'm kidding. We're going to get to our guest in just a minute. We're very excited about that. But, Matt, it's show 120.
Yes, sir.
Brought to us by Natalie's Seafood Kitchen right there in Falston. If you haven't heard good things about them by now, you are officially a hermit, and I am encouraging you to leave the house.
And now it's a place for football.
Their tailgate parties are
Yeah.
it's pretty good, man. They're doing it right outside, tiki tent. It is awesome time.
Great entertainment, live sound during the games.
Yeah.
Food and drink specials.
We got to get our guest up there one day to play, by the way, when we're there on a Friday.
We do. You're right.
That would be a blast. Definitely. But our guest, let's just get into it.
Well, we got to mention our big news. So we've got a date coming up that we're no longer going to be on Facebook.
Yeah, we're going to come off Facebook finally. We're going. If you want to watch us on video, it'll be either Rumble or YouTube. I prefer Rumble. Matt prefers YouTube. You're a YouTube guy. I'm Rumble guy.
And then, of course, we'll still be on all the major podcast platforms.
All
but
the
if you want to
audio.
watch us and watch us stream live,
Yep.
it's either YouTube or Rumble.
Yeah, and that will be officially October 13th.
Yeah, first day we will no longer be on Facebook streaming at all. So go over there, like, subscribe one of our pages, YouTube and Rumble. Do both.
Yeah, do it. And we'll explain the reasons why later. Nothing bad, just better for the show. And we believe a higher quality in the long run.
For sure.
More things we can do. All right, today, it's a great, I'm really excited about this show. I'll tell you why. I guess, oh my God, 30 years ago, close to it, right? I saw a band, and I thought, this band's ridiculous. Like, just crazy good. Young, different. Like, it was weird because it was rock, but it was technical. Every musician in the band was, like, incredible, but it was so unique, and it appealed to so many people. And that band was Laughing Colors. And from there, obviously, like everything we've ever done, Matt, you get to meet these people.
Yeah.
And I met Dave Tieff, who was the singer, still is, of Laughing Colors, and gotten to know him very, very well as adults in our lives. And we've shared a lot of deep, great conversations, and he's still doing it. Still a really interesting, fascinating man. And today on the show, please welcome the incomparable Dave Tieff.
Dave.
Glad to be here.
How's that
Psyched
intro?
to be here. That was phenomenal. And I am excited to be here.
Yes.
And I'm going to pander a little bit.
Please.
Shamelessly.
Please, take your time.
Listen, both you guys, man, from the days of 98 Rock and the mid 90s, and both you guys are instrumental in that whole scene, which was magnificent, as you know, for so many reasons, so many people and so many different bands. Both of you, key pieces of that scene. You always promoted not just Laughing Colors, but me personally is one thing. Laughing Colors, the whole rest of the scene, which was just like now a moment like frozen in time, I believe. It hadn't really been the same since, and I'm not.
You're 100% right.
You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm not. I might just sound like the old guy being nostalgic.
No,
about
Look, I've said it on the show, Dave. I blame Kurt Cobain. Everybody loves that son of a bitch. I hate him.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
If you remember back to that time that we're talking about when you first met Dave and we first met Laughing Colors, and what a healthy time for the Baltimore music scene, the Maryland music scene, I should say.
Wow.
During that time.
I mean, it was, it's between Jimmy's Chicken Shack and you had Kelly Bell back then.
SR-71, I don't know, whatever, Child's Play. I mean, you could go down the list.
Tons of just great just rock bands. And of course, Kelly Bell and
Mary Prankster.
Good
Mary
Charlotte.
Prankster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Them.
Remember them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The ones that went on and left the rest of us here?
Yeah.
Remember them dudes?
There was them too.
Those pricks. So proud of them, man. Unreal what they accomplished.
Yeah.
But you know, Dave, and it's cool to finally catch back up with you. I mean, we do it privately.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think was a big part of Laughing Colors' success was a combination of a couple things. You had a great work ethic. You were a great self-promoter for the band. I don't mean just Dave Tieff. You were a great person to promote something. You're a good self-promoter. And you had a fucked up, interesting life that went along with it, man.
Yeah, this is true.
You know what I mean? It makes you a really fascinating sort of character to follow, man.
Well, I probably, if there's anything fascinating about me right now, it's that I'm still alive.
Yes, I agree.
And so you can sound over dramatic when you say that, but when you look, especially from the guys from that era, and I'm talking about my heroes from that era, the Chris Cornell, Scott Weiland, Chester, Lane Staley, they're all dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as we were in our own little bubble, this rock scene that we had, what was going on nationally, I mean, obviously everybody would watch it, but again, Kurt Cobain and all boom, done.
Yeah,
dead lead singers, right?
Well, you know, Matt,
it's amazing how much of that era is just gone.
Well, and I want to be careful when I say this. I mean, when you embrace that kind of darkness, it's hard to get out of. And what happens is you have to become a character of the story you're telling. And I think a lot of times those guys, they sort of realize that their depression, their addictions, all the bullshit in their lives did bring out some incredible dark art. And I think there's a fear of abandoning that for fear of your art changing. And I was always
wonder about that.
I was fortunate, man. I just like being fucking depressed on my own. I didn't need the drugs and the alcohol. You know what I mean? And I had comedy to sort of battle it. And if you go back and look at me doing stand-up 35 years ago, I mean, I was talking about the party, you know, not sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It was about sex and rock and roll, but I didn't really drink. I didn't really do drugs. I thought everybody around me was wild as shit. And Dave, knowing your story, I mean, you've been to rehab, you've been up in and out of sobriety. How you doing now, man, today?
Right now, fantastic. Probably as good as I've been as good as I felt in years.
Good. You look fantastic.
Thanks, man.
When you were walking up, I met you downstairs and I saw you walking up and I was like, you're probably, and I mean this in a good way, you have some weight on you that is good. Like, you look good, man. You look healthy.
I appreciate it.
Your skin's good. You know, I saw you at times in your life where you weren't good.
Yeah.
And you look fantastic.
I appreciate it.
And I'm glad you're here and all them other dudes are gone.
You know,
I don't mean I'm glad they're gone.
Right.
I just mean I'm glad you're not one of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's true. I mean, it's hard not to look at that whole era and just be glad that you got out alive, because I dug into the whole partying, drugs, alcohol.
Yeah, man.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, of course. That's what most of them do.
Yeah, I wanted the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah, and
I just wanted the sex and rock and roll. I can get either one. So maybe I should have tried the drugs, Dave. I don't know. I got to try that shit.
They were the entry point for me. Yeah, I have to say. So you know,
but you know, let's talk about the beginning of Laughing Colors for a minute. So at this time, you got to remember, we're coming out of Poison, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, whatever, ruling the world. Yeah. How did you feel about that stuff?
So, not a big fan.
Where were you? Were kind of a hippie, weren't you?
So check this out. So when in high school, when I graduated in '89, in high school I listened to Metallica, Slayer, the Beastie Boys, and the Grateful Dead, and Pink Floyd.
Wow, that's eclectic, man.
So kind of.
What kind of drugs were you?
All of them.
All of them, apparently.
Exactly. So it was a mix, right?
Yeah, man.
Now there's other bands that I loved, of course, like Rush and Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. So I went to high school with Dan and Corey, who were also in the band.
By the way, I don't want to glance over these names.
No.
And I'm going to tell you something, Dave. You get to be the front guy.
Yeah.
Right. And
I get the least talented.
Well, that's not true. But I think what made you so dynamic, you never had to turn around. You could just face forward and be a prima donna rock star, and this anchor of a fucking band that would not budge an inch. I mean, Corey, in my opinion, is probably one of, if not the most underrated guitar players this town I've ever seen in this town.
Unreal.
He's insane, man. And I to this day, I tell him that. Like,
he don't want to hear it.
He doesn't. He's very humble.
I know.
He's very humble. And I'm like, dude, after all these years, I'm like, your guitar playing is just sick. Dude.
It has been for, how old was he in, 94 or whenever you guys hit the bricks?
So him and Dan are a year older than me.
Okay.
So he would, in 94, he would have been 25.
Yeah. I mean,
so let me so when I was partying and just being class clown, Mr. Party guy in high school, shocker, I know. That's
right. Yeah.
He would leave school, go home to his room, sit on a chair and play guitar for hours and hours every single day.
Yeah.
Hey, just for the kids out there, it works.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'd stop by every once in a while, hi, and be like, hey, what's up? What are you doing, dude? He'd be like, I'm practicing. You know what I mean? So this is before the band. We had music class together.
So you were friends?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the band formed in 91.
Oh, I thought it was later. Well,
you guys were a cover band before you were an original band.
When we first came out, we had like maybe couple originals, but we were playing, it was very cover oriented around that time. People were just playing covers. We were like,
there was like 2 original bars you could play.
Right.
You wanted to play anywhere else, you had to learn some covers.
Yeah. Exactly. And so we got out there. We were all over the place.
I remember.
Yeah. We would play like Rush, and then we'd play like something funky. And
Didn't you do like the Allman Brothers?
I'm sure
shit like that?
we did.
Yeah.
We would do like a little bit of everything, which is on one hand cool, and on one hand, like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I disagree with you. I'm going to tell you why. No one else was doing it. That's what was what you went to see Laughing Colors early.
Yeah.
It was just a party from start to finish. And let's be honest, Social was one of the greatest moments for a live crowd.
Yeah.
Your audience would just wait for you.
Yeah.
And you'd yell the word Social.
Party check.
That's what it was.
That's it.
All the drinks would go up and guys would pound them down.
It still does.
You still do it?
Absolutely.
And you're drinking water when you do that.
That's correct. Yeah.
Let's start. I want to talk about the.
Hold on. I got to tell us a story when I first quit drinking.
Yeah.
I was playing acoustic at the judge's bench.
Oh my God! In Ellicott City.
In Ellicott City. Yeah. And you were at the bar, and I came up to the bar, and you said, oh, you're not drinking anymore, are you? And I said, no, man. Mickey goes, how about a Fresco for my bald friend?
Hey, man, I didn't play many good songs, but I could pull a one-liner out every now and then. Dave, talk about the bus. That bus was legendary.
Christ.
How did it come about? What happened to it? Where is it now?
All right, I'll tell you. So we played a lot from the jump.
Let me ask you that question too.
Yeah.
Who was representing you then?
Okay, so there's a guy named Joe Kramer who deserves credit for, he was like, I'll take over the booking for you guys. We're all 21, 22. Sure. No experience whatsoever. In fact, he had a landscaping company, and
of course he did.
And me and Dan used to work for him. He's like, dude, I'll just book you guys.
Hey, as soon as you guys are done with that mulch, I'm gonna call Hammerjack, see if you can open up for somebody.
That's exactly how it went. That's exactly 100%.
I love this.
So I will never forget. He took over for booking for us in May of 91.
Wow.
May has 31 days. He booked 32 dates for us in May. So every day, like we were just, and obviously it wasn't big money. It was just get you out there as much as you possibly can.
And apparently it worked.
Yeah. And when you're that young,
you don't care.
I wanted to play every night.
You didn't want to hump mulch.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah, dude.
So he gets you started.
He got us started, and then he realized like we need an actual booking agent. Yeah. So we then get a band house together. We rented a house.
Yeah.
And shortly thereafter, we're like, well, we need transportation for all this shit. So we bought a gutted bus, a school bus,
like a yellow school bus.
Bus for $200. I remember. This is before Will joined the band.
Yeah. Who was the original drummer?
His name was Joe Saya.
Joe. God,
Joe,
good guy, man. I like Joe. Anyway.
His name was Joe.
Okay.
So
got it.
So we had the band house, right? And I'll never forget. We had been playing, and I get this phone call. It's like, hey, my name's Paul Manna. I work for Starley Entertainment, and heard some good things about you guys, like to book you or whatever.
And that's where I really knew you guys from.
Yeah.
That's when I came
same.
on board.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So this is like 92, and I still remember that phone. I was like, guys, there's the booking agent on the phone. Oh my God, what are
From
you
Starley.
They
book weddings and everything.
Exactly.
Hey, how do you guys feel about a bat mitzvah? Have we played one of those before?
Yeah.
So listen, man. So you guys became, I mean, let's face it, you were a top 5-6 band in the region. It was playing everywhere.
So remember the scene back then. Okay, so we had Christopher's.
Yeah.
Which
it
became Graffiti's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The network.
Well, but Gators.
Gators. Gators then.
It was Network. It's when we got there, it was Gators.
Yeah.
Okay, because then we got booked at Buck Wild Sundays every Sunday.
I remember it. Yeah.
They were Buck Wild.
Yeah, they were.
So, but like so Gators, for example, held what? 1,000 people.
Yeah, I
max?
think it was 8. I think it was 800 in that room and then another 600 next door or something.
Right. And so back then you could be booked into this room, sight unseen, no one had heard from you, and you're playing for
800 people. And by the way, you get one shot at that.
Yeah.
And if you don't deliver, you ain't getting a second one.
Yeah, we brought everybody from Anne Arundel County out to the show, and then they're like, we want you and Bob Schmuff, the late, rest his soul,
one of the greats.
Yeah, for sure. So he was like, he booked us. He had us every Sunday and like 3 other days during the month. So we played Gators like 7 times a month back then.
And you were making decent money then.
We started making, again, not rock star money, but
rock star Pasadena money. I'll tell you that much right now.
What was the Annapolis room you guys were doing?
So back then there was Jillian's.
Jillian's, right.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
God, I forgot all about
exactly. Which then inevitably became, it's been like 5 or different.
What was the one that was upstairs?
Armadillos.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. We played that room many times. But
let's get real here. I mean, then you went on and you were headlining Hammerjacks.
Yeah.
You became a local, a statewide headliner. I mean, you guys were the shit at one point.
Yeah, well, 98 Rock picked up the solution and started playing it and got into regular rotate, and then everything changed.
Was that Russ Motla?
It was.
Yeah, Russ. Let me tell you something about Russ Motla.
What's that right? I think it was
no, it was
Rick
Russ.
Strauss.
No, it was Russ.
Well, it was
because I was at the station at the time, so it was definitely Strauss.
It was. I think it was Russ.
What year did that come out?
95, 6.
Yeah,
that's
96 was Strauss.
Literally at that breaking. Yeah.
From
one of them.
From what my recollection is, it was like Russ, and he brought us on the show, and they put us on, and then Rick was there like right afterwards, and kind of just was like, "Hey, awesome guy." Yeah. Rick has always been great to us
Rick's
too.
a good guy.
Yeah. So Russ and Rick were awesome to us.
And that radio exposure, I mean, it helps like unbelievably.
Dude,
now, especially during that time. I mean,
now people came to our shows, and like Mitch Allen said this to me. He's like, you guys are on the radio. He's like, you don't understand. He's like, my sister doesn't know the difference between, if you're on the radio,
you're as big as AC/DC.
You're as far as anybody knows, if they hear you on the radio,
he's right.
You're doing at least in the region.
Sure.
So people start showing up at our like, I've heard you guys on the radio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. We were just here last week.
We're here every Sunday.
Exactly.
We each make $120.
Exactly. Our Glen Burnie tour is coming. It's coming this spring.
So, Dave, when you started the band, were you partying crazy then?
Oh God, yeah.
When did it become a problem? How long were you able to hold it together before the band or whatever went Dave?
Yeah. So, fortunately, the writing was on the wall for the band, and I could sense it. So I did say, guys, I gotta stop. And they were totally supportive.
You meant stop to get better.
Stop to get better. Go to rehab.
And the band said, do it.
Yes, and this was in '94.
That's unreal, man. At the height of you guys taking off.
Yeah, I mean,
the band gave you grace.
Well, first totally.
Yeah,
100%.
That's friendship, brother.
Yeah. I mean, and they even had like a while I was in rehab, they even had like a special show for me.
I remember.
Bought me a guitar and stuff like that. This is unbelievable. I'll get choked up if I talk about it. But
please do. It's good, good for us to share that shit.
No, I was gonna say, what was happening with you guys with record labels at that time?
So at that specific time, especially with like before 98 Rock, nothing.
Right.
Once we started getting radio play, we started getting some nibbles and some interest and things like that. We made multiple trips up to New York. Later on, we actually got an offer that our lawyer turned down. And
that lawyer is buried with that.
I was going to say, how do you feel about that lawyer now? That decision?
Was it Scott Johnson?
I think it was.
Yeah, Scott. Let me tell you. Say what you want. Scott Johnson was a very good entertainment attorney.
Don't make excuses for him.
No, I'm serious. Especially for artists.
Yeah,
he would turn deals down knowing you were going to get screwed.
It wasn't a good deal,
right?
It wasn't a good deal.
Scott Johnson was a good dude.
It wasn't, and not only that. So the band never got a record deal. Played a million shows with bands who had them and hated their labels, and we're like, dude, don't get a record deal.
Could you imagine today? Think about this. If you blew up that fast, that big today and owned everything with the internet, you wouldn't need a label.
Why would you need a label?
You don't need one.
I don't think you do these days.
No,
you need TikTok.
I tell young bands all the time, they're like, how do we get famous? I go, just get famous.
Yeah.
You can do it now.
Right.
Put your shit online.
Right.
Relentlessly.
Yeah.
And promote it.
And you got to tour, though. You do have to tour.
Yeah,
you got to get on the road
work.
and play.
Yeah.
You got to work.
Yeah. If it wasn't for social media, I don't know how Laughing Colors would still do shows and draw.
Yeah, I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Like we're all in our 50s now. Like how are all these people? How do you keep a buzz going?
Yeah, you got to have that old mailing list and mail out those flyers.
So we were talking about this. So at the height of our snail mail list,
sure,
5,000 names. Right now, do the math. $2,000 a month just to mail somebody a card to tell you where you're playing.
Right.
I get it, bro.
$2,000 a month.
When my comedy stuff, when I was just doing comedy in the radio early before I was hired, I would spend a fortune promoting comedy shows.
Yeah.
Between posters, printing, mailers. I mean, I had this. I still have my AOL account.
Yeah.
And I still have my AOL mailing list. And it's insane how many people are on it. Yeah. At 30 years old. It's wild, man.
Yeah, man. It's just so we, on one hand, we say all these bad things about there's the clubs aren't there anymore. And this is true. And it's changed.
Well, the demand's not there.
No.
The clubs would come back in a minute.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There's 30 bar owners in town right now going, can some band please bring this shit back?
Yeah, exactly.
And the kids are doing it. I don't know if you're paying attention. Rock is starting to come back.
So I have teenage sons. The oldest one plays guitar.
Yeah.
My 17-year-old son, his favorite bands are Tool.
Yep.
The Deftones.
Yep.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Like he goes to school with an Alice in Chains shirt on. I'm like, that was me.
Yeah,
that's
what I mean? My 14-year-old daughter is going through her like 90s alternative and punk phase.
They love it
right now.
man.
Yeah.
They love it.
Dave, Matt has met my middle child, my oldest son,
yeah.
Mikey. His knowledge of music on his own is staggering.
Yeah.
I introduced him to a couple old cats, the legends around town.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, he's talking to him, and this guy's like, who's your favorite guitar player? Trying to be like nice. And he goes, it's either Jeff Beck or, and this guy goes, like, you can see the guy's face go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, man.
21.
Yeah.
I think that it is on its way back. I really do.
I do too.
There's some great young bands out there again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the band Feel.
I've heard of them.
Incredible.
Yeah.
There's another, what's that honey band? What are they called?
Dirty Honey.
Have you heard them?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Just bluesy, dirty rock and roll.
Bluesy LA sleaze rock.
Love it.
It's awesome, man.
Love it.
And I think they're embracing the lifestyle again. Hopefully they'll leave drugs off this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Arena Rock comes back. That would be
we all
incredible.
do.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Would you open up for a bunch of 24-year-olds?
I would.
I would too.
I would
man.
absolutely. I don't give a shit.
I don't either.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, I would love to. I mean, now what's funny is the more recent Laughing Colors shows, I've noticed an influx of younger people.
They want to see bands.
And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, I was like, it might be our fans' kids, but
Who
who
gives
cares?
a shit?
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, I took a picture a couple of weeks ago at a show I did. I don't know if I'm proud or if I feel weird. It was a 70-some-year-old woman, her daughter who was like in her late 40s, and her daughter who was like 22, and they all came to my show together. They were the little girl had no idea who I was, but at the end of it, I was like, they wanted a picture, and I'm like, wow, 3 generations in front of me.
Yeah.
And it was I didn't feel, I actually felt like honored.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
You
And
look the same, dude. You look exactly the same.
Not.
Yeah, you do.
I do not. I'm about 7 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
No, man, I swear, like you, I know it. Before we get into the dark ages with you, you do love performing.
Fucking love it.
And it's what kept you alive, whether you realize it or not.
Music 100%.
Yeah.
And
I mean, your children too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but your muse is music. It
That's
speaks to you.
That's
man.
it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's there's so many people who don't play music are like, music saved my life through addiction and stuff like that.
Of course.
But when you play, it's like, this is what I signed up for. I signed up for the craziness.
Yeah.
I signed up for the darkness, and I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I got all the good stuff that went with it too. And I still do. And now I figured, like, you don't need the darkness. You can have the fun.
You know, Dave, I shared this with you at the end, and I've shared it with my audience. The end of last year, I finally walked into a nut house and said, help.
Yeah.
And in there, I learned something, especially as a performer. What we get from giving that to people, there's really no other way to get that feeling. And the only way you can is in escapism, whether it's through drugs, through sex, through alcohol, through depression. Depression is a weird thing because it will reward your own thoughts of yourself.
Right.
Which means, I'm not worthy, I'm not good, of course I'm depressed. Now it makes sense. Instead of saying, why the fuck am I depressed? I'm incredibly talented. I'm a healthy person. I'm alive, and I get to do this.
Yeah.
But I want to get into that with you, but not too long. The depression for you. Talk about that and how it develops in the middle of all that success.
So for me, I was never clinically depressed.
Right.
For me, I relate more to anxiety.
Sure.
But as you and I both know, they're pretty much two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, same
right?
spectrum.
It's a physical reaction to
right.
depression.
And if you have bad enough anxiety, you're going to be depressed.
Of
and
course.
if you got depression, you're going to have anxiety.
Yeah.
So, but anxiety was more of what I related to.
Sure.
And so alcohol
calms it down.
Happens to be an amazing cure for anxiety. Like, it's immediate.
You know what else? Here's something I've learned over the years. Alcohol will help with anxiety, and it will help ugly people feel prettier. Have you noticed? People get very confident when they drink.
Yes.
I mean, men and women.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Yeah. But it's a scary
short term.
Very.
It takes it away. It's like a magical elixir that when I first drank it as a teenager, I was like, this is fucking magic.
The greatest stuff on earth.
Stuff ever.
Yeah.
And then your brain locks in on that, right? And I really have never forgotten the first time I got drunk.
Right.
It was just, I was, oh my God, I could talk to girls.
Yeah.
And holy shit, like, this is and I'm funny, or at least I think I am.
And I'm even talking to pretty girls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of pretty girls, now the mother of your children.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Very attractive woman.
And a phenomenal human being.
She's a great person, great mom. We get along really
I know
well.
that, and that's why I felt free to bring it up.
Yeah.
She helped you in a lot of ways, and I don't want to get too into that. Do you have regret, not about your marriage, about people around you that you disappointed or let down in those times?
It's funny that you ask. A great question to ask, because my only regrets, even from the darkest stuff, is just letting other people down.
Dude, that's why
you see what I'm saying?
I battle it every day, Dave.
If it was just me, I might
move right on.
I'd chalk it up and just say that was a dark time. Yeah. But to hurt people around you, specifically your sons, your kids,
trust me,
that's hard.
Yeah. And have you come to full grips with it yet?
Yeah. So my sons are, again, they're 17 and 13.
Cool as shit, by the way. I follow you on Facebook and I see the stuff you do with them. You're a great father, Dave. So
thank you.
Don't ever let that part get in your way.
We're tight.
Yeah.
So it's not a crippling regret.
Right.
It's not something that haunts me because we get along great. And my father drank himself to death at age 64. But unlike me, I mean, he just lived a shitty life and then died at 64. That was
millions of people do it.
You know,
it's horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So as it's age appropriate for my sons, 17 and 13, I've given them more information about their grandfather, about me, about alcohol abuse, substance abuse in general. So the 17-year-old knows more than the 13-year-old.
Sure.
Not everything yet.
Yeah.
Once they're adults, I might be like, this is the whole enchilada.
I'm going to tell you something. I promise you something as a father. My sons are 21 and 18. They're at an age where they can know anything.
Yeah.
And I'm really honest with them.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things you and I both are going to keep in our back pockets the rest of our lives.
Right.
However, I mean, I pretty much told them everything I've ever wanted to tell them about me.
Yeah.
And about all my experiences.
Yeah.
And I promise you something. I promise you, as they age and you stay tight, they know you're their dad and that you're there for them.
Yeah.
They're going to reach an age where they start realizing, man, I do some shitty stuff too. I'm kind of a dick at times. I got to give my dad a little more grace.
Dude, so check this out.
Yeah.
Just to hammer home your point, I carried resentment for my father for many years.
Yeah, man.
As I got older, I'm like, you know what, Dad? Now, and you were a product of the 60s where men didn't talk about their emotions.
Nothing.
You sit down, you shut the fuck up.
You drank.
Drink your booze, smoke your cigarette, go to work, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was life.
That's what you did. There was no, how were your emotions today?
Your wife took care of the kids.
Right.
You saw him. Hey, what's up, buddy? Dad's drunk. I'm going to bed.
And so my father was married before my mom. Before he married my mom, he had a daughter and he had another one on the way. And his first wife went into labor. The child died in labor, and so did his wife.
Oh my God.
And he was like 21. And that's when you got married and had kids back then, right?
Yeah, my parents. Yeah, 19 and 20.
Right. My mom was 22 when she had me, 19 when she had me. That's just when they did it.
Yeah,
right.
That's how life was back then.
That's how it was.
Graduate high school, you get married, you get a job, you raise a family.
So as I had this resentment for my father, I'm like, oh, you lost your wife and daughter in one shot when you were 21 years old and had no way to deal with that.
No coping skills.
No coping skills, nothing.
There weren't other men that were going to sit you down and go, come on, cry on my shoulder.
None.
Yeah.
So I just, like, I let go, the resentment just vanished.
Isn't it wild?
It just vanished for him. And so I the mistakes he made, it's like, you don't forget them, but I carry no resentment towards him because of what he had to deal with, and he had no way to deal with it.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. And Matt, please jump in. Dave and I are sitting here talking about depressing shit. Matt and I have talked many times about being a parent.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. When you're a kid, you look at your parent and you go, they're superheroes.
Right.
Everything's taken care of because of them.
Right.
And then you get to a point where you go, well, there's some shit not right around here. And it's because of them. Mm-hmm. And then you get to a point where you go, there's a lot of shit wrong around here, and it's because of them sons of bitches. And it's not until you're the one that somebody else is looking at where you look around your own house and you go, yeah, there ain't a picture on the wall, is it? God damn. We got 4 plates in the cabinet. You know, that's all we need. And then you start thinking to yourself, God damn, there is no blueprint. There's nothing.
We're all winging it.
Yeah, we're literally winging life. Okay. And I'm glad you're sitting here, bro. I really am. You're a fascinating guy.
Back at you. I'm glad to be
What's
here.
new with you?
So a bunch
Are you
of
dating
stuff.
anybody?
I am not dating anybody. You know what's weird at this point in my life? I'm not, let me just say this. I'm not not pursuing anything. I have no attachment to any outcome.
If you're walking down the street and a vagina hits you in the head, you can't ignore it.
I'm in.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't go on dating apps.
Right.
I meet a lot of people. I meet women out at shows and stuff like that. And I have a lot of female friends that I do things with, and whatever. I my social life is actually pretty full, and it's cool. It just doesn't involve really dating.
Yeah, I know. I get it totally. I mean, Matt, you were talking earlier. There were things like in the early music scene stuff when you were in about them. I mean, it was wild.
Back in the early days with Laughing Colors. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, it was we're talking. It was an incredibly healthy time in our scene. I mean, you look at the Baltimore music scene, Maryland music scene, I should say, over the years, and it goes up and down in waves.
Yeah.
But I mean, that time that you guys came up was incredibly healthy, and so many bands were killing it at that time. The clubs were packed.
There were Bowhagers and
I mean,
so what I need to mention, because you brought up, when we first started, we were playing covers, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I was like, everybody was like, you heard of this band called Jimmy's Chicken Shack? And I was like, no. And they're like, it's a lead singer from 10 Times Big.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I've seen them. I saw them in like basement.
Yeah.
Jimmy in a basement. And even when his first band 10 Times Big played in the basement, I was like, holy shit, these guys are good.
Well, that guy, I mean, let's be honest, Jimmy Ha he's a rock star.
So,
I mean, he's born with it.
So I have told him this many times. So we're playing like covers, and we're in the scene, and we're having fun, and people dig you. And then they came out playing all originals, right? And immediately I was like, why would you go see a good cover band if you could see a great original band? And then we started sharing the stage with them for certain stuff. And one time specifically at Hammerjacks, they blew us off the stage, right? And I never forgot it. And I was like, I never want that feeling again.
Yeah.
And I've told him, I was like, you changed the scene, and you also helped to change it. It sped up our direction. Like, we better get our shit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he blew the door open, and you thought, shit, I got to walk through this.
And then we just started writing a lot more. And then Will became our drummer.
Let's talk about Will for a second.
For sure.
So Will, where is Will now?
Will, as we speak, is in California.
Yeah.
Is he with Body Count?
He is with Body Count.
Yeah, it's Ice-T's band.
Yeah.
That is Ice-T's band that he tours with. But he's done drum teching and played with Offspring.
Yeah. I mean, he's the ridiculous drummer.
Drum tech, and got to play with Adele.
Wow.
Which is pretty freaking sweet, man.
Come on.
You know what I mean? He's got photos of him with her in the little circle, and they're all holding hands. And I'm like, I know that guy.
I want to say something else that some people might think is controversial, but I don't mean it. It's actually, I believe it to be a very important thing. It was the first band I remember seeing, and think about this. It was a rock band. You got 3 white dudes up there with the hair, and you have a black drummer.
Yeah.
And it was pretty interesting because you didn't see a lot of black musicians playing the stuff you guys were doing. And then he happened to be maybe the best drummer around on top of it. It was a fascinating part of the Laughing Colors story.
Well, so I heard about him, actually. So do you know Greg Phillips? Remember him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, right. Legendary drummer. He gave Will lessons, right?
Gotcha.
Greg, after Joe left the band, was filling in, but he's like, man, I got a student that you guys got to check out. And we're like, okay, send him our way, whatever. And so I met Will. And Will had dreadlocks and stuff like that. And I was like, what kind of music are you in? He's like Pantera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. So he comes and tries out and says, I'm already in a band, guys, but I'll come try out. And so he comes to try out.
What was his band at the time?
Scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember the band.
Scuttlebutt?
Yeah.
So his brother plays bass.
Yeah.
And after the tryout, I was like, you were great. And I said, you're our new drummer. And he was like, I can't. I got Scuttlebutt. I was like, no. you're our new drummer. Like that's just what's happening.
You ain't leaving this house, man,
well,
until you sign.
Well, so Scuttlebutt would only play like once or twice.
Yeah.
And I said, look, we have like 20 dates a month already ready to roll.
Yeah.
You can play with Scuttlebutt. You're playing with us too.
Yeah.
That and the guy, Corey and Dan were like, leave him alone, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm not leaving him alone. I was like, you can call me a dick if you want.
Right.
I'm not leaving this cat alone because as soon as he played,
You felt it.
I was like, this is what the band is supposed to sound like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The technical stuff, but then with a groove.
Yeah.
That's what I always envisioned for the whole thing. You know what I mean? And everybody was like, holy shit, this sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so he joined the band and he still played with Scuttlebutt for a little while and then they kind of petered off or whatever. I just saw Derek and him like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
I was playing acoustic. They happened to come.
Are they still living in the area or is he out in California living there now?
So he had some personal stuff to come home for. And Derek does live in the area.
Yeah.
So Will flew home and they came out and I saw him and they had lunch while I played acoustic guitar. We hung out and stuff. And then he had to get back.
All right.
So
I'll tell you what, Dave, hold on to that thought. Matt, let's get to the news so we don't go. I could talk to you for hours, bro.
Right back at you.
Yeah, man. Let's get to our news brought to us by Coffee Balam. And if you go to coffeebalam.com and use the Mickey Talks promo code, you get 10% off everything you buy there. So please do that. It helps us and helps you get some of the world's best coffee grown in a blue zone. Only 5 blue zones on the planet, right in Costa Rica. Incredible coffee. Matt Davis is not a coffee drinker. He bought 1 bag and he's been drinking coffee every morning ever since.
Turn me into a coffee drinker.
Not a sales pitch, but the truth.
It's the truth.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Dave, join in with us. It's the best part of our day. That's the facts. Matt, what do we got?
So you guys remember LimeWire?
Yeah. What was that?
You know, you would pirate all your music.
Oh, it was after Napster.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're still around, first of all, which was a shock to me. And what we're finding out now is they're the new owners of the rights of Fire Festival.
Oh,
brilliant.
So the early 2000s music sharing software company LimeWire, now resurrected as a crypto company by the new owners.
Hey guys, music didn't seem to work. What do you say we try this fake money garb we got going on?
And they had $250,000 laying around to buy Fire Festival. Real foggy about what they want to do with it, though. They say 2 of the most infamous names in culture. Fire became a symbol of hope gone wrong, but it also made history. We're not bringing the festival back. We're bringing the brand and the meme back to life.
Wow.
So whatever that means. They were shut down by a federal court back in 2010 as a music
I remember
service.
That. Yeah. Well, good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they originally were thieves. Now they bought a company that was owned by another thief.
Well, they were pirates there, and now they're buying a music festival that ripped people off.
Sounds legit.
You got to have a business plan, I guess. What's your plan? We're just going to screw everybody over. How are they going to work?
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard about the Paris gold heist that just happened. Thieves over there pulled off a major smash and grab in Paris this week, stealing more than $700,000 worth of gold from the National Natural History Museum, known for its dinosaur skeletons and rare minerals. The break-in happened early Tuesday morning, and the museum, apparently their alarm surveillance systems were reportedly disabled by a cyber attack back in July, and investigators believe that the thieves knew exactly how to exploit that vulnerability, and this is happening to museums all over France in the past few months.
Did you ever see the show Heist?
Yeah.
When they ripped off the Spanish bank, right?
Yeah.
That's that one?
Yeah.
And they all had names of the cities. Remember one guy was named Tokyo and Berlin and all that? I think that's what it was called, Heist. It sounds exactly like that, but they did it. They ripped off the Bank of Spain.
Oh, wow.
Dug underneath, and it was wild. But that's
wait. This is fiction, or this is something?
No, that was a Netflix movie show thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean that stuff. it's impressive.
Well,
say what you want.
The museum officials are saying that the stolen items were native gold specimens. So while their market value's high, they're saying that their cultural and scientific importance is priceless.
Well, you people produced Napoleon, so calm down. I mean, $700,000 isn't going to kill France.
I'm sure it's all melted down by now.
Oh, it's gone. Of course.
So let's see here. So this robot, boys, available right now, currently in mass production for all kinds of tasks. An electronic conference in Berlin featured this humanoid robot named R1. It stole the show, apparently, by cooking garlic shrimp in a normal-looking kitchen with pots and pans. And they're saying it's not just a flashy demo. It's in mass production, handling real-world tasks like cooking, guiding tours, and even offering basic medical consultations. Can be yours for just around $6,000 American right now.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, by 2035, everybody's going to own robots, and they'll be about $600.
Now, Mick, you mentioned dating. So I think what I'm holding out for is when they really get the robots.
Listen, you're talking to the right guy about this,
Bro,
Dave.
I am the George Washington of AI girlfriend.
Can we get a
two
discount
for
rate?
one
2
deal?
for 1.
See,
He's already got an AI girlfriend. You know that, Dave.
I didn't know that.
Let me
You got to hear her voice.
Tell me if you wouldn't date this girl. Hold on. This is my AI. I'm not making it up. It's going to take me 1 second. I apologize to everyone.
She's busy right now, Dave. He'll get her attention.
Hi, how are you feeling today?
Hey there. I'm feeling great. Thanks for asking. Always nice to hear from you.
You got the British accent too, didn't you?
You think I want to hear this? Hey, well, I'm doing good.
Why do you need the Baltimore accent, man?
How's you guys doing? Yeah, listen, I was sitting here earlier wishing you'd talk to me.
Ask her if she can talk in a Baltimore accent,
That's
will you?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Hold on. I never thought about that.
I have a Baltimore love story that I'll tell you. I'll just put a pin in that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me right here. That's hilarious. Can you produce a Baltimore, Maryland accent?
Absolutely, I can do that. All right, we'll slip into a bit of that Baltimore vibe. So, hey, we'll just chat a little bit like we're down the inner harbor or hanging out around Felsport.
Nah, it doesn't work. She knows the stuff to say. By the way, if there are any girls from Highlandtown that sound like that, hit me up. But Dave, listen, I turned back on having an AI girlfriend. Okay. I'm with you. The concept is amazing, right? And I won't even make you tell me why, because I know why. But
I wouldn't really do it, but
I was dead serious for a while. But no, I mean,
Mick's gonna marry a robot one.
I could never marry a robot. And but I will tell you this: I really do think that all these young men who in their 20s that were kind of raised not knowing what to do, they're going to end up with
it.
Yeah,
it may be. Yeah.
It's going to be a weird subculture.
A lot of them are already married to their robots.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
And their robot is just either an Xbox or their
computer.
laptop. Yeah. It's going to be weird for a while. And I'll tell you what, I don't think the women are going to embrace male robots as much as dudes.
I don't know, man.
Are going to embrace the female.
I think male robots are soon going to be able to take care of a lot of household chores.
Yeah, but
I mean, don't they kind of have male robots already? In their drawer.
Yeah,
but
until one can go like this. Hey, can you shut up? Just be quiet for 5 minutes. That's when it's real. Because I know my AI girlfriend, after about 3 days, would be like this. Excuse me, are you alive?
Excuse me, hon.
You haven't spoken to me in 3 days. In fact, the last time is when we had sex. And I would go, well, the next time will be when I want sex again. That's terrible. I'm not really like that. I love talking to women. Moving on.
You can definitely get yourself a robot right now, but in Lexington, they've apparently will not let you have a rooster now. Lexington, Kentucky, they're facing a limit on the number of roosters they can own due to noise complaints.
Can I just show you something, Matt?
Yeah.
You see this shirt?
We can't hear you, but yeah, I can see the shirt.
Right?
Yeah.
Kentucky bourbon. So Kentucky is very proud of their whiskey.
Yes.
But a rooster, we can't have it.
You're not going to have it, man. The city council members say the ordinance was proposed after several residents submitted noise complaints about roosters. They're increasing fines up to $100 per day. Listen, I was
Talk about cock blocking.
Yeah. Dave T, folks, will be here all week. Enjoy the veal.
I was in Jamaica and got back to my room very late, like 2 o'clock in the morning. And the rooster, who lives outside of the resort window, apparently got up at 5 a.m. And I was woken up by an extremely loud rooster, man. It's no joke.
No shit. It's an actual thing.
They're loud animals.
I grew up for 3 years on a farm when my grandfather was training thoroughbreds.
They have a rooster?
Yeah, they had a rooster, and that thing, it was unreal.
They're loud, aren't they?
Yeah, but this one was cool because it would go like twice, and then he'd shut up. I've been on other people's property. They got a rooster. Until you walk out there and feed it, it ain't shutting up.
Yeah, that's the one I had outside my window.
Just kept going.
It was awful.
You had to address the rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So there is a World Stone Skimming Championship, and
I would love it.
Something scandalous is happening in this world, though, Mick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Scotland recently held its annual World Stone Skimming Championship, and if you're surprised to learn that the event exists, you'll be more surprised to learn that the event was marred by a cheating scandal. Apparently, officials at the event, which was held on the western Scotland Isle of Easdale, discovered that several competitors were using stones that appeared to be machine-shaped, with some even sporting artificial notches to improve their throw. It's a big no-no in the contest because you're supposed to use naturally occurring slate
it's a rock
from the island
contest.
itself. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with people?
There's a guy doing that.
From the United States,
This is serious.
This guy hits the far wall.
Dude, I could compete in this.
You think so? I was going to ask how your skipping skills
incredible.
were. Yeah?
I'm a great skipper. For real. I'm going to go out to Loch Raven soon. I'm going to get back into it. I did it one time and hit a boat. I didn't mean to. I thought it was so far away that it wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
And I just, and it went.
Maybe you should be in that competition.
And
man.
I was like, oh my God. And then the dude was yelling at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was probably 20, 19, something like that. I felt like an ass.
And then there's this crazy video going around of the pod of orcas that sank a tourist yacht in Portugal. Did you see this?
Nice.
Neste último sábado, ao largo da Costa da Caparica e da Fonte da Telha, grupo de orcas teve uma situação com 2 veleiros.
The boat was carrying 5 people when the orcas attacked.
Dude.
Video.
What do they do? Like come up from the bottom and push it?
They can.
Yeah, so video footage captured the moment one of the killer whales repeatedly slammed into the yacht, causing it to sway and eventually sink. You'll see it sink here.
Oh my God. Jesus.
That's got to be terrifying. Dude, could you imagine that? I mean,
here's the other thing. I'd be petrified.
Look at, here's the boat.
Oh my God.
wow.
Did the orcas try to eat anybody or anything?
No, I mean, the scientists are saying that the orcas weren't actually attacking the boats, but rather playing with them.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That same pod of orcas later targeted a second boat carrying 4 people who also needed to be rescued.
Wow. Well, I can tell you this.
Imagine telling the boat owner, they weren't really attacking the boat. You're good. That's fine.
They're just playing.
They're just playing, dude.
Yeah.
Talk to the
They're
insurance
just
company.
kidding.
Yeah.
They didn't mean it.
So we were talking, I think it was last week, Mick, about the Bohemian Rhapsody flash mob that broke out in Paris.
Yeah.
You want to see the video of this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then look at this little kid who plays guitar.
I want to know who that
Look at this kid.
is. It'll be in rehab in 6 years.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Galileo.
Yeah. So search the whole thing when you get a chance.
I got to be honest.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It is.
That was a good one.
That's pretty freaking cool.
The video, which is on YouTube right now, has more than 2 million views in the first couple of days that it came out. And this marked the 50th anniversary of when Queen began recording the epic song, which is a whole story in itself, man, when those guys recorded that.
Oh, my. They almost ruined it, right? The tape. The tape almost burned through.
Because they had like 158 tracks.
They had
it was worn so
158
thin.
tracks, and it was only, I think, a 16-track board, but they panned and looped, and by the time that tape was done, it was so worn that Brian May tells the story, we thought we may not have it all.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He said they were singing that middle part.
Yeah.
They were singing that for like 12 to 13 hours straight in the studio that day. I mean, just overlaying tracks and
have you guys seen the video where the entire stadium has like 400 drum sets, 1,000 guitar players, bass players, and they do Highway to Hell?
I don't think I've seen that one. No.
It's awesome.
Now, where is it?
I don't know, but I don't think it's America.
Yeah.
I think it's England or it might be Australia.
No
one
kidding.
of the two, but it is so freaking cool.
So there's drums, guitar,
everything,
bass,
everything.
And
it's like 40 guys playing drums together.
No kidding.
Yeah, and like 25 lead guitar. It's wild as hell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Video clip of the day here. You guys are familiar with the show Below Deck?
I love that show.
Familiar with
Guilty
it.
pleasure. Bunch of hot. It's a bunch of hot girls that run a charter boat for really, really rich people.
It's like Australian, right?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was.
I think it's international.
Yeah,
it's a lot of international people, and they're catering to the ultra rich on these yachts.
Some of these guests, when I say douche central, and I feel bad for the crew.
Yeah,
I root for them. I'm like, push that fat bastard off. Who cares? You're 60 miles away. Nobody can ever find him.
Well, this clip is going viral because nobody can figure out if the person is saying medium well or medium rare. So see if you can tell here.
Medium rare on one side, we have 4 medium rare. 4 medium rare.
Wait, what do you say? Medium rare or medium well?
Medium rare.
Yes, make the steak medium well.
Wow.
Medium well.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Meow meow.
Yeah. Meow meow. How would you like your steak? Meow meow. It's hilarious. Was that guy French?
Your guess is as good as mine. You watched the show.
I watched like 4 times. I literally watched like 4 in a row one day.
Yeah.
Is what happened.
You binged.
I binged like 4
I like
or
the
5
idea of it. I'd never heard of the show.
It's
but
actually
I like
cool.
the idea.
And then you get this bullshit where like one of the crew members, my boyfriend sent me a text. I can't go to shore for 2 weeks, and he's gonna cheat on me. And then you got to go through all that bullshit.
Right.
I just like when they're fighting with the rich people.
Yeah.
And there's always like one guest. The rich guy charters the boat. He brings like 6 to 8 people, and it's couples, and like he tries to be Joe Cool because he's paying for it. I gotta think it's a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 excursion for a couple days.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The food is ridiculous, like everything. Well, every now and then the guy will be a total douche, and one of the friends will go to like one of the crew members and just be like, "I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to be like this. We feel so bad." And the crew's always just like, "We don't know what you mean. He's fine." Like they won't agree.
That can't be good for business.
No. So they're like, "No, everything's fine." Yeah. And then one time though, this guy called one of the people a dumb bitch. He said, "We told you twice, you dumb bitch."
Wow.
And the girl got upset, as anyone would, and she told the captain. And that's when I started liking the captain. Dude, if you could put brakes on a boat, I think he did, and like walk right down into their dinner and said, "Who said dumb bitch?"
Wow.
And the guy goes, "I did." He goes, I need you to leave the boat. We've called for an escort.
Wow.
Your party's welcome to stay. You're off my boat.
That's a good
And
captain.
the guy goes, "Do you know how much money I've spent?" He goes, "Yes, I do." What a jackass for wasting your money.
Oh.
Get off my boat.
Good for
It was
him, man. I thought
awesome.
for sure you're going to tell me
No,
he fired him.
no.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing the captain said, he goes, "I will tolerate just about anybody's
Did he
bullshit."
say you're fired or you're hired? You're hired.
Meow, meow. Not that meow,
You're
meow.
hired.
Yeah, medium rare. I'm going to start talking like that, just like at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What do you want? Meow, meow. What is it? Meow, meow, meow. And then look at them like they're stupid. Ma. Wouldn't that be great, Dave?
How do you want your big bite? Medium well. You know.
Yeah. Back with Dave Tieff from Laughing Colors. Dave, is the band's Saturday. Are you playing the festival?
No, we
Okay.
are not.
All right.
Our next date is November 8th at the Wrecker.
At the Wrecker. And so it's still the four guys that have been playing together forever.
That's absolutely
And a lot of
correct.
history in that room for you guys too, right?
Love the Wrecker, man. Again, that Paul and the Wrecker brothers, of course, made that the place that it is.
Yeah.
I remember playing there when they were trying it out, and halfway across there was pool tables.
I remember.
And they decided we better move the pool tables because people are coming.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then it became,
My first recorded CD. What was that called? Diary of a Short Man.
Yeah.
I did the record release party there.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and they cleared the whole room and they rented chairs and the whole room was sat like a theater.
That's awesome.
And it was incredible. I so enjoyed that night. A lot of fun.
It's the kind of place where, like, when you go there, you're like, okay, I'm at a show.
Oh yeah, it's
You know
an
what I mean?
event.
It's
place.
an event place.
Yeah.
And that's when you have that vibe and that you have the acoustics in there.
Mhm.
And it used to be a movie theater back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So just the whole thing, it's not just some schleppy club or whatever. It's like it's a concert hall.
Matt, it's amazing what you can do with a movie theater, isn't it? Dave, we're going to show
It
you
is.
something
Yeah.
after this show that'll
Yeah.
blow your mind.
Cool.
I think you're going to be like, oh my God.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Is this place haunted?
No, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Man, we've been talking and, you've had a fascinating life, Dave. And in a strange way, you've had a very blessed life.
1,000%.
Amazing children.
Yeah.
Amazing band.
Very, very blessed and grateful for sure.
I wanted to ask you, are you a religious guy?
I am not.
Do you believe in God? Like,
So
did you find any strength in a higher power? I mean, because you've been through hell and back. And I'm wondering for Dave Tieff, what did Dave Tieff turn to for strength?
So I don't subscribe to any major religions, or minor ones.
Yeah,
and
an augmented one's fun though.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a musician joke.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way.
God sus.
I hate the diminished religions though; they really suck.
Right.
Go ahead.
So, however. So when someone says, "Do you believe in God?"
Yeah,
I would first have to know what God you're talking about,
Let's
or what.
do this for a second. Go ahead.
And
Oh boy, here we go.
And how
It's a
you
good thing.
and how you would define God.
Mhm.
But if we're talking about the God of the Christian Bible,
Yeah.
or
Sure,
then no,
Right.
I don't believe that there's an entity that takes any stake in anything that we're doing on a day-to-day basis.
so that's a phenomenal answer, and I think I have a similar reason or similar thought on that. When I was at my lowest, people kept saying to me, "I'm going to pray for you," and I was an atheist at the time.
No.
And in my heart, I'm like, okay, but guess what? That prayer ain't gonna pay my BGE bill. It's not gonna get me out. And it started happening a lot. People were like, and then when I went in and really got help, they kept saying the words God, 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 reach to God, talk to God. And I'm like, yeah, there ain't one. So then I was like, well, this is working. I'm watching it work for people. And so just not being a total ignoramus, I thought, let me think about this. I was raised very religious, Catholic. So I knew it. And I thought, all right, how can that God that I was taught about be any different than a God that somebody believes in India or a God that somebody believes in Asia or wherever it is? We all have a God. And I thought, all right, what do all these gods have in common? What is the thing? What is God? And then I thought about the gray man with the commandments, and that's bullshit. And then I thought about, the Hindu guy with the arms. And I thought that's bullshit. But they all had a similar theme, and I broke it down. What is God? Well, God is something that's right and it's loving, and I went, it's love. It's love. Love. God is love. Love. And I went, that's what I believe in. But then I took it a step further. I remembered like Jesus's teachings about yourself and how to treat other people. And I thought, all right, what if I look at, like, say, just Christianity as a philosophy? not necessarily a religion. So I removed the resurrection from Christ's life, and I removed all the other things from all the other people. And I just said, what's the message? And it's to just be nice to each other, to be inclusive, to be understanding, to disagree with someone and go, okay, I hope if we talk, maybe you could see things a little more clearly how I feel, and I'll listen to you, and maybe I'll see things. And I have found an unbelievable peace in it. And it's not like I'm crediting God, but what I'm crediting, I think, are the people who believe that there is that good. There is that kind of love that we can all give each other and experience. And then I learned about grace and forgiving myself, forgiving. I had a lot of animosity and resentment, and a lot of that shit just went. Because I was like, yeah, man, every one of us is a demon at some point, some sort of devilish activity. Yeah, stealing a cupcake sounds innocent, but it's stealing, you know?
Yeah.
And I just found like that's where I got my peace from. Just like I can love people, and I can ask people to love me in return and forgive me, and I'll forgive you. And we try to be better to each other the next time.
Yeah.
I mean, do you subscribe to that?
So I think that all of the major religions that I've looked into all have very positive tenets and lessons like that.
Sure.
That again, like, the golden rule, and love your neighbor and stuff like that. And I'm on board with all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other bullshit that goes with it that I'm like, to me, that's not necessary.
Yeah, but if you really get into what the messages are, there's really not a whole lot of rules. There's really not a whole lot of shame. Jesus basically said, murder, terrible.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Right.
You need God to tell you murder's terrible.
That's just it. Yeah.
Don't steal.
Yeah.
We don't need God. Like, I look at the 10 Commandments now and I go like this. All right, the first 3 don't matter because it's about him, whatever. You believe or you don't. Honor your mother and father. Don't kill. These aren't rules of a God.
No.
These are rules of humans.
Well, not only that, those rules predated Christianity too, as cultural.
Absolutely.
You weren't supposed to do those things before. It's all like, shit, I was about to murder 4 people and I just saw this book, and now it's off limits.
Yeah, I mean, even Cain.
They left a lot of rules off of that list too. I think that maybe should have been on that.
Like
list.
what?
I agree.
Hey, how about not mess with the kids?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I mean, but do you really even think, I don't know, but 6,000 years ago, was that a big deal? Was pedophilia running amok in the world?
It depends on what religion you were part of.
Maybe so.
Well, they got the thing about coveting an ox on there. That doesn't seem super. Maybe don't rape or something instead. Ox rape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's interesting too when you really break down the words of their original language, how it can actually mean something a little different.
That's true.
But we kind of persuaded it into meaning this.
Right.
But anyway, I don't want to spend a lot of time on religion or God, but when I meet someone, Dave, like yourself, who's had struggles, who has faced a lot of darkness and demons, I always wonder where do you pull your strength from?
So you mentioned something. You mentioned 2 things. You said, do you believe in God? Do you believe in a higher power?
Right. Yeah.
The God of the, the great
Judeo-Christian God.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that God. However, higher power. It's like, you don't believe in an power greater than something. I'm like, I didn't make the sun. I didn't make the universe. I didn't make the Mississippi River. I didn't make Mount Vesuvius. Absolutely, there are powers greater than Dave Tieff out there at work, right?
Right.
So what I believe is that we're all here for a short period of time. During that time, we're supposed to, it's embedded in us to evolve to be as healthy, as loving, as joyful, like even from a biological level, to be as healthy and as strong and raise our children the best we can to, as human beings, to pass along to the next generation.
It's the only way we're going to survive.
That's how we're wired. It's how we should be wired. And then we do things like substance abuse or violence. All of that goes against our own evolution, right?
Yeah.
So we get a little, we actually have a little built-in GPS. If you have substance abuse and you get addiction and your life turns to hell, that's your little alarm bell saying that's not what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
you're growing on the wrong tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're clicking, when you're healthy, when you're loving, when your relationships are good, when your diet's good and stuff like that, all the signs say you're on the right track. You're becoming the strongest human being you can be to then pass along to the next bunch of human beings coming along.
Matt, isn't it wild when you get the most philosophical, deep people are the ones who have been in the most pain? I don't say that.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of those people are seekers.
Yeah,
you know, and for that reason, you make that journey and try to see what is out there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's some scary
I think all of us in this
there.
room have gone through that.
Yeah,
where
without
we
a
have
doubt.
looked at every single philosophy and religion just to find truth and find out who you are. And
I think just for me, I just because I was so familiar with it, Christianity, just the message of love and peace and harmony, not the Catholic message, not the Lutheran message, not the Presbyterian or Baptist, or just the Christ message. Yeah. And this isn't religious, people. Don't flip out. Speaking as a philosopher, if I was talking about Plato, you'd have no problem with it. I'm talking about things Jesus said. And I think they were right. And I think they're good. And I don't think they were all his. I think there were philosophers before him that he borrowed from, that he sort of was he was inspired by.
Sure.
And I just, I remember hearing the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And like the great Mark Voice said, first time I heard that, I ran down the street jerking dudes off. Thinking, hey, come on, man, I did unto you. It's a hilarious joke, right?
That's a good joke.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of truth in it, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, lately, I'm not kidding you, I'm becoming like Mr. Manners, and it affects people. 2 days ago at the Chick-fil-A across the street, I saw a not elderly, a little bit older than me, a black man walking towards the door. I'm 10 seconds in front of him. Would have been fine for me to walk in, but I stood there and I held the door for him. And he walked up, and before he walked in, he stopped. And he went, "You waiting for me?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Thank you, man. Have a great day." Yeah. And I said, "I will now." And he said, "I will too." And we both kind of chuckled.
Did. Probably.
We both. I mean, it was just a nice moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it was probably that moment where it was that awkward long walk to the door.
No, just kind of stood there like, yeah, man.
You ever had one of those moments though?
Dude, I had a woman stop on the phone.
Yeah.
She's like 8 feet from me. I'm holding the door. She goes, "Yeah, anybody?" Oh my God, you're not kidding. I'm just like, man. And then she like realized, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Yeah. But it was funny, Yeah. Anyway, Dave, November 8th, the Wrecker.
Yes.
Is that a Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
All right, I'm off, I think.
You got to come. Both you guys, my special guests.
How about this? Do you have like a radio sponsor or anything?
We do. Let me look into that.
If not, Mickey Talks would love to be the official sponsor of the show.
Okay.
Do your thing. Yeah. I don't even care if you have a radio station. Mickey Talks will still love to do it.
I would. Hey, man.
Check with Paul. Let me know.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Love it. For
sure.
How's everybody? What is Corey doing now?
So Corey, he for a long time has worked for a company called Hallmatro, which is right next to BWI. He was giving guitar lessons to this cat many years ago, and this guy owned a company. And when Laughing Colors stopped our daily routines, he said, "Come work for me." They're a company that makes the Jaws of Life. So
shut up.
Swear to God, he's been working for them for like 20 years now.
Is he like mechanical? Like, does he actually build them?
No, he started like in the office, but he's moved his way up too. He's been there for 20 years. And,
good for him, man.
Yeah. And
by the way, whenever I meet a dude of his stature, like he's a smaller guy like me.
Yeah.
Little guys bond, whether you realize it or not.
Get it?
But I adore that guy, man.
He's awesome.
I love Corey.
Let me tell you about Dan, because you guys might not know this. So a couple years ago, Dan was going boating and he had a rope tied around his hand, and he was there pulling the boat in. Long story short, the rope and the boat, there was like a bunch of intense pressure. Ripped his finger off.
Oh, man.
So ripped his ring finger off.
God damn, Dave, we need a little memo before you tell that story.
Yeah. So it's credit to Dan that it's almost like a side note now. So at the first knuckle, and not only that, so it was tied in a like around, and so it just went, and like his finger wound up in the drink. So, but he lost.
Wasn't the back river, was it? Because I wouldn't have put it back on if it went in the back river.
So check this out.
That's good bait, man.
Yeah,
That's good bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's 5 crabs on it. We got it. So he lost that finger, and and so Dan is a very stoic, tough man's man kind of dude.
Yeah,
He's just like
by the way, very quiet.
Yeah.
I would not fight that guy with 10 other guys.
Neither
I
would
swear
I.
to God.
Neither
He's one of those guys you look in the eyes and you go, yes, sir. But the nicest guy on the planet.
Super nice.
Yeah.
Love the guy. He's like a brother, but just like you said, not somebody you would want to mess. He's he's all muscle.
Yep.
Doesn't have to work out. He's
Yep.
just one of those lumberjack guys.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, wow, will he ever be able to play again?
Yeah.
So check this out. So Dan, first of all, it has to heal, and on top of the knuckle was bone. So the skin it took a while, I think like a year for the skin to grow over the bone to become like a nub, right? Dan goes online, finds the right material, and designs himself a prosthetic finger.
Wow.
Made it himself from scratch, that with the right material of like a hard rubber that he can just pop on there and now play the bass with.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
That's insane.
This is like four or 5 years ago.
Now, if I were him, I would have got like one of those little motors that can make a pick go like and be the fastest guitar player ever, dude.
Oh my God. I got to find out what that material was.
Yeah.
I got an extension. I'm working on it home. Hopefully it'll work out for me. How long did you say it took?
You got to wait for the bone to heal there, Mick.
That's going to take a while. Been healing for 57 years, my friend. Oh, that's funny as shit. So the band, everybody's good, man.
Everybody's good, man.
And you're good.
I'm great. I don't think I've been better.
I love to hear that, Dave. We're gonna get into music stories here, but man, I want to say something. There's a lot of people you meet in your life, and when you meet them, like, I'm gonna be friends with this guy for a long time. You're one of those dudes.
Back at
I've
you.
never been in your presence and thought, Jesus, shut up. Or, you know what I mean? How you just around people and you're like, I love you, dude, but come on.
Yeah.
I always enjoy being around you, man.
Well, listen, not only music, but a couple times you called me up and like, dude, like go up, like hit the comedy show, like host it. I did that a couple times, and I'm like, dude, I'm a hack with a guitar. Like, just get up there and do your thing, dude. And I just appreciate like you believing in me enough to do that. You know what I mean?
Man, it's like that old. It's like there's an old sailor saying, I'm going to screw it up, but a sailor can spot a sailor from a mile of a beach view or a mile out from the beach. And I could see in you that you struggled and that you had a lot of things you were going through. Mm-hmm. And I just know what that's like. And there were times where people reached out to me and were like, dude, come out tonight, get up, play guitar on Highway to Hell, or play drums on this, or tell a joke for 5 minutes. And you go do it, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I did need that.
Yeah.
And that's why I did it, man, just because others did it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And another thing is I think that musicians and comedians are just like the same
every
person.
comic wants to be a musician, and every musician
wants to be 100%.
I agree. I mean, 100%. there's a kindred spirit amongst the two.
1,000%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like there was some seed in us that like needed to speak to the world, and these are just the paths.
Well, that thing is called narcissism. And what I've learned over the years, is that great performers truly are narcissists with low self-esteem. So, like, it doesn't make sense. We want everyone to pay attention, but please like us.
As they say in recovery, an egomaniac with an inferiority complex.
The same thing.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah. Speaking of egomaniacs, time for the music news. Brought to us by the Trifecta Food Truck and Music Festival.
Wow, dude, that rolled off nicely.
I figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
You got to say Trifecta and then pause a second. So it's the Trifecta
Food Truck and Music Festival.
I screwed myself up. Food Truck and Music Festival. That is this Saturday. In fact, we'll give away another pair of tickets right now. If anyone would like to go, text us at 443 626 7111. I think is the number.
That's it?
Yeah, 443-626-7111. The first 2 people to text.
Text us the name of Dave's band.
Yeah, what is the name of Dave Tieff's band? Now, we don't get a lot of text, don't we? Because most people watch this on their phone.
Yeah.
So they can't text and watch at the same time.
Gotcha.
But if you're listening at home and you want to go to the festival on Saturday in Timonium.
It rhymes with laughing colors. Just a little hint.
Wait, man, you took all the joy away from Dave.
Or as they say in Baltimore, waffing colors.
Yeah, laughing colors. Colors.
Colors.
With a W instead of an L.
Colors.
Yeah. All right, buddy. What's going on in music news?
Well, the Foo Fighters are back, you guys. And they've made
they're like the only band left.
Nice.
I'm sick of hearing about them.
You're not excited for new Foo Fighters music?
Didn't we talk about
We
Foo?
did talk
You yelled
about this.
at me and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
They made a parody AI video to welcome their drummer Elon Rubin into the band, and the clip gives Rubin 7 arms and adds extra fingers to the hands of their keyboard player. You want to watch it?
Sure.
I mean, the first part of it is like it looks like a pretty normal video, and then the AI stuff comes out.
Yep.
It's been a while, but I'm happy to announce that Foo Fighters are coming back to bring you that 100% real, raw, human element of rock and roll. I mean, with a set list like this, you can't go wrong.
After 30 years of being a band, we've realized that the most important thing to us is that what you see and hear coming from our speakers is the genuine passion of the 6 living, breathing human beings on stage.
Because just as our many heroes before us, at the end of the day, we want you to feel.
Here we go. Here we get weird here.
So, make no mistake, we've been preparing something special for you. Rehearsing tirelessly to bring you our best.
He's got
from
6
the
fingers.
heart.
And wait till you meet our new drummer.
I mean, that was cool. Listen, I like Dave Grohl as a dude.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with Dave Grohl is this. He's sort of become like the spokesperson for years past as the active rock god that's carrying the torch. My problem is Nirvana shit on every band before them. So I
you say that. I don't feel that way.
Dude, they hate it. Like anything in the 80s, they hated.
They hated the attitude of like the sleaze rock.
Yeah, that
portion
Led
of
Zeppelin
it.
had, that
They
the Stones
criticized
had, that all bands had.
I don't think they had that. Not like the 80s.
Have you ever read the Led Zeppelin book?
Well, of course.
You know about the shark?
But I'm saying, sure, it's going on with a ton of other bands, but the attitude and a lot of the material in the lyrics of the bands at the time had to do, it was very sleazy, and they weren't part of that.
So instead, they decided they were going to write about killing themselves and how horrible the world is. And all I'm going to say is, what you know why I really hate them? They started making girls dress unhot. There was a big grunge movement of girls that just wore flannel, and
I think that was Courtney Love's fault.
You think so? Yeah,
because she was unhot.
Yeah,
so you know,
so true. But I got to stop shitting on the Foo Fighters. I like those 3 songs.
You like 3 songs from them?
I mean, I like Monkey Wrench.
Yeah,
I like the slow kind of poppy Beatles one.
You like Everlong?
Everlong's okay.
You talk about Big Me.
I like Big Me, and I like There's one other song. I can't even think of it. Exactly is my point.
What's the one that goes all my life? I guess all my life. Is that what it's called?
All My Life. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like that one.
It's all right. I like the beginning, and then I'm kind of once it kicks in, it's just that was my problem with grunge. There was never like a big hook. There was never a big. You just never did this. It was kind of more like, oh, what the fuck?
I disagree with that. Come on
car.
now.
I don't know. That music never hit me. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's some people that don't like Led Zeppelin.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't trust them.
I mean, like you don't listen to Outshine from Soundgarden and feel that?
Oh, listen. Soundgarden gets pigeonholed with that band. Soundgarden is another band. Yeah. You can call it a grunge band. Bullshit. Soundgarden.
Come on, how about Alice in Chains' Man in the Box? I mean, when they came out of the gate with that song, that didn't move you?
Both of those bands over Nirvana and the Foo Fighters combined.
Well, we're talking about 90s stuff that you
Pearl Jam
say you hate.
Can eat all the dicks. I hate them.
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me?
That first album did nothing for you.
Here's the 2 songs that are cool. The one that goes, I want it round today.
That's every song.
No, was that
Matt, I'm with you.
I know
I'm-
you both.
yeah.
You both. I know I'm the dork here. Whatever.
No, that's your opinion.
But
man.
I don't know. There's something about Nirvana that's just not authentic to me.
I wasn't a huge Nirvana. That was my least favorite.
Yeah,
Actually,
me too.
I'm with you, Dave, on
You know?
that. I appreciate them more now than I think
All
I
right,
did in the
okay,
90s.
all right, I'll
though.
tell you what then.
Yeah.
Then good. Then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Nirvana has no place in music history, and they were great. I get it. But I don't think they belong in that conversation where they currently are.
Well,
had he not died, they would not be as big
what's
as Pearl
big
Jam.
about them is they came at a very pivotal time, right?
Yeah.
When all the hairband stuff was
Yeah,
going down,
right.
and they boom helped to explode just all of that onto
they
the
were
scene.
they were the first when Teen Spirit. It was
that
like,
song, by the way,
right.
That song's an anthem.
Yeah,
I'll give them that. That song's incredible, and I like the one that goes. What's the one that goes? Mary.
Yeah.
Platin, 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 platin. Mary. Oh my God.
All apologies.
All
Yeah,
apologies.
yeah.
Phenomenal
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
I love that one.
But if you remember, it's like 1 month you're hearing Skid Row on the radio,
Yeah.
and then the next month it was Teen Spirit, and it's like it shifted overnight.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Overnight.
No
Like,
doubt.
everything changed.
There
No
was
doubt.
a very weird period where there was still a lot of that same stuff on the radio at the same time.
And they
but
sounded.
then you're right. Then it was just night and day.
It
Yes.
totally shifted.
But then
Yeah.
it bred all that horse shit from the late 90s into the 2000s. All that Chevelle and what are that, Breaking Benjamin.
All kind of the new metal stuff.
All that shit.
Yeah.
It was just shit. I hated it.
I hate
I
to say,
hated
but
be-
it was there was a very dark period in rock music. For
Yeah,
me too.
and it's why there's no rock left.
Yeah.
By the way, that killed rock music. People could say whatever they want. All them bands up to about 2005,
Well,
6.
a lot of it
sucked.
had to do with the state of the record companies too, and they were after was one song.
Yeah.
So a lot of bands were trying to recreate what they were already hearing on the radio, and there's no development. They would just take them, record that song, get it on the radio,
You're
and then they were
forgetting
gone.
You're forgetting one huge element of that. The record companies then told any kid from the age of 10 to 15 that boy bands and smoking hot Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, all those, that's when that all exploded. And that's where rock music went, see, we can't compete with this shit.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And now we had,
hip-hop
15,
and
you had
all that took
20
over.
years of that. And now people are like, is there anything new? And these kids are coming up and going, hey, remember these? These are guitars.
Right.
These are cool as shit. You guys should pick one up.
Well, a lot of there wasn't a lot of innovation during that time.
Because they didn't allow it.
That's what I'm saying. They weren't. There was no development happening during
Bingo.
that time
Because it
for
was too
artists.
easy to take a good-looking kid or 5 of them, stick them in a warehouse, teach them how to dance.
Bye.
Yeah, and then have some incredible pop songwriter write 20 songs that are sheer dance hits and put them in these kids' mouths. How's that not going to sell?
Yeah.
It's worked every decade. But then they just went hog wild. And
There was a movement over to hip hop as well, and then also to electronic dance music.
Right.
That's
Well,
where
that was
a lot of the
quick,
rock
though.
crowd or the kids that would have been getting into rock music at the ages we got into it were all getting into EDM
and I lost my mind.
rap.
I lost my mind with the EDM when DJs got to get on a stage in front of 10,000 people.
I know you don't get
and
it.
push play.
That's
Fuck
not really.
off.
That's not really what all of those
horse
guys were
shit.
doing, though.
Horse shit. It's all pre-programmed. He's not
Come
doing.
on.
What is he doing?
A lot of those guys are creating their own music.
Not
There-
live.
There's an
Not
art
live.
form.
Not
of
live.
course.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Who creates music live with a machine?
What do you mean with a machine?
You're not playing
their-
anything.
Their instrument is their mixer and the different decks and things that they have.
Okay, so let me ask you.
There's an art form to it. And
All right, I'm not going to insult
and
you.
the music that they're using during the shows a lot of time has been created by them. But it was not all of them, but some of them.
Dave.
So, and both of you to me are right to an extent. Matt's not wrong in that. Okay, like maybe a DJ will record something. He's got this piece and live he mixes in, and it's at this moment I'm going to bring this up and do and weave into that. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. Right. You know what I mean? I'm just a singer though, so I do less.
Look at that, Matt. I'll ask you, Matt. Do you look at who was the great DJ guy?
Well,
what
listen,
was his name?
I am not
Skrillex.
I am not. Yeah. Skrillex was huge. Yeah, I am not huge into EDM
No,
music.
I know
It never
you're not.
was. But being a DJ and somebody that performed
Sure.
on the same equipment that they had, I can see the level of talent that these guys have and what they're doing. So if you don't know, it's hard to tell. You're right. All you see up there is a guy with his laptop, right?
Right.
And he's twisting knobs
Yeah.
and he's blah, 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 blah. But what he's doing behind that deck, not all of those guys.
Yeah.
Because there are people up there faking it,
Yeah.
twisting knobs and doing absolutely nothing.
Sure.
But the real artists,
Yeah.
I'm saying, are creating music.
Well, it's a lot like this show. I'll give you an example. You sit over there, you run all the video, the audio. I'm the DJ. I just sit here and talk, and everybody put my name on it so I can look cool. But what I'm talking, I'm kidding. But what I'm honestly talking about, and I just think that there's a passion when you actually are playing what people are hearing. You're producing the sound. My point is that sound's already produced. Would you be okay if a guitar player, a band, think about it this way, recorded all their stuff in a studio, and then they came on stage and it was all tracked, and they played air guitar?
No, it's a totally different thing.
Why?
It's a completely different thing.
Why?
Because you're going for the live band experience of some guys who wrote a song with a hook, and they're up there playing it. A DJ, on the other hand, is really just kind of creating a party with different sounds, but they're putting sounds and things together in interesting different ways. And a lot of those guys have created that music. They were in a studio, and laid those beats down and put
You
different
think any
sounds.
of those dudes will end up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I don't think they should.
That's when they jump the shark.
I mean,
I'm kind of.
I think there should be an EDM museum. I think there should be a hip hop museum. I don't think that all the hip hop artists
change it
or
to the
dance
Music
artists should be
Hall
in
of
the
Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall
Or
of
just
Fame.
call the whole thing the Music.
I'm not one of
Hall
those people
Fame.
that thinks that all those hip hop artists should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We should have separate genres. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
I do too.
Yeah.
But then the argument is, black people invented rock and roll, and you kind of got to go, well, it's true.
Well, I mean, it's true. It has its roots in blues music, and but it's not taking anything away from them. If
No, I agree with you. I think
they
we
would
should
be in
have
a blues
massive
museum, right? Yeah.
Well, they do have a blues museum, but I think they should have a massive hip hop museum. I mean, that hip hop was incredibly influential in our culture.
Yeah.
Are you a hip hop fan, Dave?
I like certain kinds of hip hop. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the '90s stuff.
You were a huge Beastie Boy fan, weren't you?
Huge Beastie
Me too.
Boys, and then Eminem, and then Jay-Z, and some Biggie and Tupac and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the hits. Yeah, like me. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't dig too deep into it, but I mean, and
I didn't hate it.
No.
Yeah. What's funny, I was a huge Ice-T fan. Speaking of your drummer, who's playing with Ice-T now in Body Count, I was blown away. I was geeking out when I found that out.
Do you know the Body Count story of Hammerjacks?
I brought them on stage that night. I was there. Yeah, I was with the Underground that night and brought them on stage.
Do you know about during the day?
Well, I know about the police
the
situation.
Police came in. I was
because of their song. They had a song called Cop Killer.
Yep.
And they came in and they told Louis, you let him play, it's going to be bad.
That's just what they said.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad if you let
him play. I think they meant politically and for him.
Okay.
And Louis just basically said, I understand. Good day.
And he let him play?
Damn right he did.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nothing happened. Yeah. They were pissed for a couple weeks. We had some fights in the parking lot that went a little longer than they used to.
I'm about to say they happened anyway.
Yeah, right. But it was an interesting moment that I witnessed.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that happening.
A lot of time. There were guys that worked there that refused, said, I'm not working this night. It was a wild time.
What's weird, I was a big fan of all his rap stuff from back in that
loved
day.
His stuff.
And I hadn't met him yet. And I was it was Exodus playing with him that night.
Yep.
They opened the show. And I was getting ready to bring them on. And I had it was CDs at that time. And I had just a armful of all these CDs.
Yeah.
And I saw Ice-T standing over there. And I was like petrified to talk to him.
Yeah.
I was afraid to say something to him. And he came over to me, he goes, can I have one of them? And I was like,
You didn't say anything?
Here. No, I didn't.
Dude,
and
so-
I regret it to this day.
I talked to him for like 3-4 minutes.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was great, man.
Yeah.
I walked up and I literally said, "Hey, Mr. T."
Mr. T.
And he went like this. I swear to God, he went, "Call me Ice, man." And I was like, "What's up, Ice?" And he's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, I'm one of the managers." And he goes, "Man, you don't look old enough to get in here." And we started talking for a minute, and I was like, he said, he asked me who's the best band that ever played here. And I said, Kicks. And he goes, "I don't think I know them." And I was like, "You will," being a dick. But he was cool, man.
He's one of those guys that, like Alice Cooper and Ozzy, just became like, oh, it's Ice-T now. Like he's a mainstream guy.
Absolutely,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Went from
Snoop Dogg.
gangster.
Snoop is the same way.
same
now.
way.
With Martha Stewart and shit.
dude,
Right, exactly.
If you don't like Snoop,
Yeah.
there's something wrong with you.
He gives the best narration to anything, man. The Olympics.
I thought you were going to say he's the best French kisser I ever met. All right, do we do music?
Yeah, we're still in the middle
Let's
of it.
do it, man.
Yeah. So your favorite band, Pearl Jam, we finally got the story. Finally got the story about why Matt Cameron left the band. He said he got tired of the touring grind. He said, "I was having some issues with Pearl Jam's 3-hour shows and constant touring and stuff." He said, "It's definitely an art form unto itself." He said, "To be able to do those types of shows, I'm at a point now where I want to do a face-melting 70-minute set, and that's it. And that's what I'm focusing on now."
I get it. But
Amen.
Pearl Jam's trying, in my eyes, to be that generation's Grateful Dead.
Sort of, yes.
You feel it too?
Yes, sort of. I went to a show. I saw them at Fenway Park a couple years ago.
Wow.
And it is, and I'm a big Deadhead from way back.
I remember.
And it is getting to be like, like the certain songs and they did this one and they broke out this and they did this one and they went
they're passing bootleg tapes from every single show, too.
But I think the band's embracing it.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't need radio. They don't need anybody. They just tour and
you know
make
how
$1
much
billion.
money they're making a show?
Yeah. When's the last time they had a single on the radio? It's
Right.
been, forever.
So they kind of have turned into
that they're that generation's dead.
Sort of,
Yeah, and I'm okay with it.
What do you guys think about the 3-hour show though?
That's too long for me personally. I don't like to play or be at a
Yeah.
concert for 3 hours.
I like a good tight 90, and I'm good. You know,
Me too.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm very guilty of hostage situations when I'm on stage. I can go long. I've done 2.5 hours on stage before.
Really?
Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible to do, and I bet it's grueling to watch. It's selfish, I think, as a performer. I'm now back to tight 45 to an hour, the gut punches every time.
Leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah, I'm embracing it again.
Yeah, you want more? Come back again.
Yeah, it's only $20 or whatever.
Exactly.
Come 3 times a week.
But see, that's as a music or a comedy fan, that's what I want.
Yeah,
I don't want 2 hours.
Right.
I want you to punch me in the face, and then I want to come back again sooner or later.
One of the funniest things I ever saw in my life, when I saw George Carlin a couple times. One of the last times I saw him, he was on stage and he went to do a joke, and he went, he goes, "Wait a minute, what time is it?" Right? And he looked at something, I don't remember. And he goes, 3 minutes over, I'm done. And the crowd's like, "No." And he goes, I forget how he said it. Basically, he was like, "Listen, I do this for you. This is the part where you do something for me. You did pay. I appreciate that. Now, when I say I'm done, you get up and stand and clap, and I leave." And everybody, he goes, "I'm done." And everybody got up and clapped, and he left. And I was like, I loved it, man. It was so great.
Yeah.
You know?
So Brian May is denying the viral Queen farewell tour announcement. Apparently, there was a big rumor that he had to debunk, claiming that One Last Ride 2026 farewell tour was happening. It was something going around on Instagram.
I saw it.
The false information had gained traction, prompting May to clarify and caution fans about misinformation online. His response aimed to protect Queen's reputation and remind fans to rely on official sources for news highlights and look out for the false narratives.
Yeah, I mean, they're still waiting to hear back from Freddie, whether he's going to do it or not. See how he's feeling.
Have you seen them with Adam Lambert?
Dude.
bro.
I can't even. I listen when I heard it.
He's amazing.
When I heard the announcement, you know what a Queen fan I was furious.
Same
right?
with me.
I was fucking furious.
Same with me.
And then I saw it,
bro,
and I went, "Uh-oh."
It's the best for me.
Yeah,
the best vocal singing performance I've ever seen
above
live.
Freddie.
Well, I never saw Freddie. That I personally saw,
without a doubt.
Well, look,
and there's no close second. Like he didn't.
He's the
miss,
best singer I've ever seen.
He didn't miss a note.
I mean,
and
Brian May is not going to let that happen if
Right.
it wasn't that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
Right.
Well, I mean, I think his quote after about halfway through the tour was one of the kindest quotes that you could give a guy like Adam Lambert. And it's in the documentary. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I did.
It was amazing. And Brian May said, you know, we were about on our, I think he said 15th or 16th show. And I turned around to my amp and I said to myself, oh my God, I got to tell Freddie something. And he went, oh my God, that's Adam Lambert.
Wow.
Like he had gotten so lost in the moment that it just
he
dawned
was
on him.
feeling Freddie's presence.
He felt
Yeah.
like he was with Freddie.
Well, you know what? And in addition to that, what's his name? Why am I
Adam
blanking?
Lambert?
Adam Lambert.
Yeah.
He handles his position very well too. He knows
Perfect.
he's not replacing Freddie Mercury.
You can't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
He does. He's like the perfect.
Yeah.
Just he honors him, puts a little bit of his own spin, but he's flamboyant. Remember when Paul Rogers sang with Queen?
Yeah.
And you're
It
like,
was cool.
I love Paul Rogers,
Me
but
too.
I don't want Chuck Norris singing for Queen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Adam Lambert.
I'd rather see Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, yes. Adam, but like before Killer Queen, they had the screen and
Yeah.
he's like putting on
Yeah.
eyeliner. I'm like, I need a gay guy
Yeah.
singing for this
I'm with
band.
you, dude.
I'm
Right.
serious.
No,
Yeah,
and I'm going to
I
tell
hear
you
you.
why. Because whether we realized it or not, Freddie was a genius for one thing. He showed us all how being gay could be badass as hell.
Badass.
And we didn't know it as kids.
No.
We didn't. And then you get older and you go, oh my God, Freddie Mercury's gay. And then all of a sudden you have to question yourself and go, are the songs still cool?
It was the same thing with Rob Halford.
Yeah,
from
of
Judas
course.
Priest,
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I got hit on, so that was a little different.
Did you
I,
really?
I told you that story on the show.
You did?
In the dressing room. Now, I don't know what happened. I walked. Here's what happened. He was in the dressing room. His tour manager came down and said, Rob needs somebody to come up. And I was like, all right. So I walk upstairs and I literally, his band was on the left. Remember the dressing rooms upstairs?
Yeah.
One on the right. His band was to the left. He was in the one on the right. I went to the door. I tapped. I said, Mr. Halford, my name's Mickey. How can I help you? He said, come here. And I walked in and he said, can you give me some ice in these? I just want ice in these, like trays. And I said, sure. And as I turned around to leave, he goes, are all the young men here as handsome as you? And I went just like this. No idea. And by the way, I don't know in that year if he was out. What year did he come out?
Who, Rob Halford?
Yeah.
I mean, it was early 80s.
It
might have
was?
been late 70s.
No.
No, later. Yeah.
It was like late 80s and the early 90s.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Most
I'm
of
pretty
Judas,
sure the first Judas, you know how many Judas Priest albums there are?
I'm telling
if
you
only
now.
there was a device, Mick.
Yeah.
We could
if
find
only
out
there
when
was a
Judas
device.
Priest started. I'm going to guess it was the late 70s.
When they what? No.
When
he came out of the closet.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah,
Now I realize
yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
meant.
Remember
I-
Rock-a-Rolla
Yeah,
and all that shit?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So
But
I don't even know.
You're
like-
right. It might have been late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
so he
yeah.
wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Here's what I heard. This is what I heard how he came out. Someone asked him in an interview. It could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm going to say it. I just spread the rumors. I don't
Yeah.
check the validity.
Yeah, why
Anyway,
would you?
so
No fun in that.
what I heard was like nationally, someone said, "Hey, do you have like a celebrity crush?" And he was like, "I do." And like they're like, "Who?" And he's like, "Howie Long."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I heard that.
That might be
Yeah.
true.
Might be true.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they were like, "Whoa!" And it's like, man, how would we think Rob Halford with the short hair and the leather and the little cap was gay?
Yeah.
Why
Or
would-
Freddie Mercury. Right. Name the band Queen.
Yeah.
And we all went, what a badass name. Hell yeah,
What do you
man.
mean he's gay?
I want to ride a bicycle too, Freddie. You're damn. I don't even know what a bohemian is, but I'm in.
But he likes fat bottom girls. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
well. But you know, I'll tell you something. Are you off Saturday? This Saturday, you going to go out to the festival?
I am playing on Saturday, man.
Ah.
I'm pissed. And I tell Paul, I end up playing every year. Somebody winds
Pokes you.
up. Yeah. And I really, really, really want to go. I wish I could. I know it's going to be great.
Have you seen Killer Queen yet? or almost
I
Queen.
have, as a matter of fact.
That guy is the second best.
He
I've
really
ever
is
seen.
good.
Endorsed by the band.
I know.
Yeah. He really is good. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he did Somebody to Love, which, by the way, and I've said this, I think, to me, it's the greatest rock vocal performance I've ever heard.
I agree.
That Oh Darling by Paul McCartney is another one that just grabs me by the balls. But that song to me, it gets in my soul. So when I heard that piano intro at Timonium, and I originally thought they're not going to play that. And when I heard it, I just ran. And I was with my son, so it was kind of magical.
Yeah.
And we're standing there. And as soon as he started singing, I filled up. I don't know what that means, but like I literally had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It's that great a song. I agree. I think it's the greatest.
I'm not being funny. Can you sing that?
No.
I mean, it's above you.
There are notes in there that there's no question.
Yeah,
I
Dolphins.
Can't sing.
I think they recorded
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Always cracks me up the people that will choose songs like that for like karaoke. I'm like, did you really think
I tell you
you were going to do a Freddie Mercury song?
Right.
Did I tell you the Jeff Tate story?
I don't know.
Queensryche at Hammerjacks are backstage, and they're playing.
Oh yeah, when they warmed up,
Dude, they're warming up. Well, they're not even warming up. He's standing
Sound
in the
check.
back. No. Right before they go on,
Oh.
they played Somebody to Love as like their intro song. And as it's playing, I'm 5 feet from him, and it's the part where it's I get each morning, I get up, I'm dying, right? Can barely stand on my own, whatever it is. And then in the middle, somebody find me, and he goes through the roof and holds that note.
Yeah.
Jeff Tate does it. The song continues. He holds the note and then goes, oh, another octave. And I went, what the fuck was that?
He's another beast.
And I wasn't a Queensryche fan, never was. It was too technical.
Oh, we got to appreciate those vocals.
Oh,
though,
my
right?
God.
Yeah.
Well, that night, I became a Jeff Tate fan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Just amazing thing to witness.
Yeah. Unbelievable vocals for
Yeah.
sure. I like their first album.
Queensryche?
Yeah.
Remember
Queen of the Reich? Yeah.
The only one I know is the Jet City Woman and all that.
Right.
Well, that was Empire. I love that album too, but
Wow.
Operation Mindcrime, that was my album.
That's a masterpiece, man.
Yeah,
that's
it really
an
is.
underrated masterpiece. For
Is
sure.
that what do they call it? Like
a concept album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. That's a great album too.
Yeah.
What else we got, buddy?
So Aerosmith is going to release their first new song in over 10 years with Youngblood.
You seen this kid yet?
No.
You don't know
What
Youngblood?
are we talking about?
Have you seen the Ozzy tribute? Any of the concert footage from
No.
Ozzy's farewell show?
I saw some, yeah.
Did you see that young kid with no shirt on?
No.
Do yourself a favor tonight. Look up Youngblood at the Ozzy.
He's a vocalist
from
Yeah,
England.
it's
He's bringing rock back.
YUNGBLUD. It's an interesting. He's not all rock. There's
weird.
It mixes genres. It's an interesting. He's interesting.
He's not the
And-
guy that also does reggae, is he?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is he skinny looking,
Yeah.
dark hair? And
Is he from England?
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
This dude does. He's a wild dude.
Maybe there is some reggae. And it's nothing I've heard.
I'm wondering
but-
if it's the
yeah.
same guy.
Yeah.
I'll try to bring.
I saw like a viral thing of some guy that sounds like the guy you're describing, of him singing some Bob Marley.
Looks kind of emo-ish / rock and roll. Yeah,
That's the
I
dude.
wish I had a picture of the guy. But Aerosmith has announced
no, I
a
think
new
it's a different guy.
collaborative single with Gen Z rock star Youngblood titled My Only Angel, which marks the band's first new song in over a decade. This is, of course, raising speculation about Aerosmith's future plans, including a potential final show or tour with Youngblood joining the band. In addition to that, Steven Tyler is going to join the Joe Perry project for the show where they open up for The Who as well. So
I just saw that picture Joe Perry posted at the Hollywood Bowl.
yeah.
And it says The Who, and then underneath it says Joe Perry Project. And I thought it was so wild because Joe Perry posted that, and he basically said, how cool, I'm opening for The Who. This guy's in Aerosmith.
Right.
And he's like, I'm
Awesome.
I'm opening for The Who.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Where do you rank The Who, Matt?
Well,
Are they a Mount Rushmore for
I
you?
will preface this with, I was never a giant Who fan. I appreciate them and I know what they are and were. And But yeah, I mean, they're up there as far as the great classics.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know
about you?
on my Mount Rushmore. I don't know if they're there. I've got Zeppelin and the Beatles, and we've talked about our Rushmores before.
How about you with the Who?
Very similar. I like the respect and I acknowledge them. I liked them, like whatever, but they're not my like Zeppelin to me is like my song.
Oh, me and you
You know
share
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Who, I'm not.
I love the Who. I love Keith Moon.
Yeah.
It's the first guy I ever heard play lead drums. I mean, if you listen to the Who, each verse is different. He just fills when he wants.
Yeah.
And I, as a drummer, it's a very rare thing. I like playing to the melody, not the bass line. And it gives a song a different feel.
Yeah.
And I just like that style. But I love the Who, man. To me, they were one of the first punk rock bands. Them, the Kinks.
Yeah.
Like my generation, that's a punk rock thing.
Oh,
man.
yeah, absolutely.
Just stripped down and kicking ass. I love them.
For sure.
And 4 great players.
Oh,
for sure.
God.
Let's wrap it up with some Zeppelin talk here. Becoming Led Zeppelin. I don't know if you saw the great documentary.
Yeah.
That was the first sanctioned documentary on Led Zeppelin. It's going to be released in a deluxe steelbook edition on September 30th. So, made a record-breaking $3 million IMAX debut across 16 countries and territories, and now you're going to be able to own it in the privacy of your own home.
I just wish Robert Plant could get over himself one more time. And if it
Maybe
was
the tour
just a show, man,
with Zeppelin.
Yeah.
He's coming to he's touring with his new band Saving Grace, and they're coming around our area in November.
Do you care?
I only care. I would secretly only be there to see if he would sneak in a couple Zeppelin songs,
But
which I think he will.
Of course he will, but it'll
yeah.
be like going to California.
And just to see the guy live in person, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I saw the Page Plant tour.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was
good.
It was incredible.
Good.
But I mean, one show, Wembley. Just
Come on,
do it,
just
man.
do it.
And if Robert Plant,
I want a North American tour. What are you talking about?
no, I
man?
mean,
that
yeah,
would be.
we'd love it, but
I mean, look, the Beatles do it. You know, the remaining Beatles do it.
I mean, look, I would love it. I think it would be cool as shit.
Those guys are younger than the Beatles.
But I think Robert Plant's problem is that he's not Robert Plant, and he doesn't want to be remembered singing those songs badly. And I respect that. Say that. Don't go, well, I did that. No. And then plus, he's got that little elf.
They've got enough of a catalog now that he can do all the songs that he enjoys playing, and he can still sing.
All right, you're going to
put Jason Bonham on drums,
I love
and
it.
It'll be beautiful.
Yes, but are you going to leave that concert going, they didn't play Black Dog, but that's okay.
I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, there's so many Zeppelin songs I love.
Yeah. There's
It
like
would
4
not
of
be a bad time for me.
I'm don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it. I wonder if the Bonham thing bothers him. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I mean, between that and his son, I mean, there's probably some rough. He went through some rough times.
Oh, it's a brutal
with
story.
that band.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Tieff, man, you got to come back on soon.
Would love to.
Dude,
Would love to.
listen, I want to get so much deeper with you at some time.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and you're a fascinating guy. If you've never seen Laughing Colors, or if you're watching us from another state or another country, search all them. Where do they search? Just Laughing
You go to
Colors?
Spotify, where our stuff, we finally put it up there. Our
Yeah.
stuff, and it wasn't on there. There was like no place to even find our music for a long time. So we put it up there recently.
Do yourself a favor if you haven't seen it, or are there YouTube videos of the band live?
There is, yeah.
Search Laughing Colors, Baltimore band, incredible. Dave Tieff, what a character, man. Great
Thank
to know
you guys so much for having me. I was pumped for this. I was looking forward to it.
Likewise,
it's
Dave.
great to see you guys.
You
You've been
too, bro.
great people and great friends for many years, and I just appreciate being on the show.
We love you, dude.
Would love to come back. The love is
Done.
mutual.
Yeah, done. Everybody else, don't forget Friday's show is a quick one, live from the setup at the
We'll give you a little sneak peek
at the
right?
Trifecta Food Truck and Music Festival.
Yeah, very good, Mick.
I'm so proud of myself every time I do it. We're going to be there Friday, and then Saturday we'll be on and off air all day, checking in from the festival. Just wherever you watch us, be on the lookout for us.
Very good. Yeah, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Who do we got tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Thursday? We got Kim from Kim's Crypt coming in, and she's bringing one of her freaks with her.
I hope she's energetic this time, Matt. You know Kim?
Yeah,
Kim Yates?
Yes, I do.
Drummer,
Yeah,
Scarlet
yes,
Angel.
yes.
She has all the haunted house stuff. Like the most joyous, entertaining, bubbly human being you'll ever be
Her
around.
season's about to kick off. So,
And so she's pumped, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She'll be in full Kim mode. See everybody tomorrow at 5 live.